So you're hosting tonight?
Yeah.
How did this come about?
Tom just said, do you want to come host? And I was like, yeah, count me in. I would love to. I love new talent.
And I'm here for moral support.
Are you his understudy?
I'm here for this.
I might pull Chloe up and she'll be like,
no, you will not.
You're not singing tonight, are you?
no.
No,
Which is nice. It's nice to not be singing and actually just watching. I can chill. There's no pressure or stress.
What's it like to be down in London?
Wild and weird, but good. It's good.
It's good. Really
It's good. It's good that stuff like this happening again. I think we're one of the very first ones in Shoreditch.
Well, now you're hosting the show.
Crazy times. I don't know why Tom trusted me. Bless him. Maybe he won't after the gig. If he gets the interview and he's like, "Look, do you want to just put a mask on and just watch?"
Well, we'll just get Chloe Paul.
Yeah, Chloe can step up. Chloe's way more glam than me, so.
You're looking very glam.
Thank you. I'm all embarrassed.
Anyone else watching?
You have to wear your masks. And when you leave,
Hello and welcome to Roles Will Never Play Emerging Talent at the Union Theatre. My name is Luke Bayer and I am so excited to be here tonight. The lineup and the talent is absolutely phenomenal and it feels crazy to be back in a real life theatre with a socially distanced audience with masks on, which is amazing. So socially distanced audience, whoop, whoop, whoop. And the amazing band and Flynn Sturgeon on the piano, who's the MD for this evening. The lineup is amazing, as I said before, so I'm going to get cracking because I'll otherwise rant on and get quite boring and you'll hate me. The first person performing this evening, which is always the scariest thing, so socially distanced audience, give them a loud holler, please, is David Ballard, and he's going to be singing Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. Take it away.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light and made a switch. True, yeah. Now I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. Until lately, please don't laugh, I have used it on behalf of the miserable, lonely and depressed. Pathetic.
It was fun. I mean,
going first is not easy.
It's not that. Ballard is my surname, so I'm quite used to going first in the lineup, like in a classroom audition. So I'm just like, when I have to go near the end, it upsets me because I'm like, I'm quite used to this. So I was like, you know what? I like just getting out there and doing it, and now I can enjoy the evening. Everybody's so sick, like incredible. So I can just sit back with drinks and enjoy it.
You're a bit of an old pro, aren't you? You were in Oliver when you were, was that right? I know, was that 2010? So that's 10 years ago?
Yeah. This Christmas, so as in like Christmas just gone, it was my stage. Stage.
So you did that, and then you went to Mount View.
Then I went to uni. I went to Exeter, I went to drama for 3 years, and then I went to Mount View for a year. And I'm here.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well done you.
That's really how was it to see kind of
it was so much because people have been doing self-tapes and you singing for like months now, and you just miss that interaction with the audience, especially I think with a song like Poor Unfortunate Souls where you are just wanting to feed off the other person and an audience as well, which is a bitch. So you just want to be like, I I went with like a Regina George, if she went to British private school vibe. That was how I attacked the character. So it was just fun, you know?
Was it weird with them all in masks? Can you tell?
I couldn't actually see them, so I'm going to say no. I was at Regent's Park over the theatre on Sunday, and I wasn't there. So then it's, but I think like it's weirder if people like can't speak, but we can still cheer and clap and stuff. So it's like, if it gets people in the theatre, they don't wear the mask on.
And the way we did.
I think I was lucky that I graduated in November of last year, so I had that time out, and I can show like auditions and stuff. But it doesn't just keep getting that stride, you know, and then shift. So I'm lucky that I have that stride, but it's weird. But I think everyone's in the same boat, you know, everyone is battling the same thing, everyone's moving into different things for now, and we just have to know, like, keep working, and then when the time comes, we'll be back, we'll come back.
The next performer we have is Alisha Bond, and she's going to be singing a song from Bonnie and Clyde, and this is Raise a Little Hell. Enjoy.
Much more of this nightmare has to end in this God-forsaken place. Death would be a welcome friend.
Second of Alisha, how was that? Were you? How have you been coping, Lucca? Have you been doing anything online?
Yeah, so I've been doing my friend, she's business out called the Agony Act, and she's been like helping me, like coaching me, doing like singing and stuff. But I teach as well, so I'm doing teaching. But yeah, I don't know, like it peaks and troughs. So like some days you're like, I just want to go like see my friends, and then other days it's like, I like this. I feel like I'm doing it.
So you trained at the UPM, and you graduated in 2018.
2018.
So you're emerging talent.
Yeah, not fresh. Yeah, when I graduated, I was still quite young, so I was only 19, and I just felt like, I don't know, I got like my confidence was a bit knocked, and I was just like, I need to take this time to just work out like what it is that I want, and I knew I wanted it, but having that gap, I just feel like I'm mature and like I'm more sure of myself. I think I was always like second guessing myself, but now I'm like, so that's where I think.
It's frustrating, like just get your stride and then stop.
It is. I think it wasn't like straight away. It's like sort of I had a few months, and I think I suppose when you feel like you're not, you're just like fresh there. But now I'm like way more sure. Everyone says that.
I can still see it. You know the people in the cast who are singing that song, don't you?
Yeah, so Joey used to was my best friend. We went to dance together. And then I know Sam Ashall. But I didn't know I knew him. And then he came up to me and we did a show together in Manchester like years ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I recognise you, but it's been so long. And then, yeah, that's how I met. Yeah.
The next person we have is Harry Simpson, and he's going to be singing a song from the Addams Family, and this is Pulled. Enjoy. Good luck, Harry.
I don't have a sunny disposition. I'm not known for being too amused. My demeanor's locked in one position. See my face, I'm enthused. Suddenly, however, I've been puzzled. Bunny rabbits make me wanna cry. All my inhibitions have been muzzled, and I think I know
was that?
Oh wow, that was a lot of everything at once. I really enjoyed it though. To be quite chill and stay all day, and then to get energy out in those few seconds was very.
So tell me about you. Is that you graduate or emerging talent?
I have graduated, yeah, actually, going to second year. So a few more years.
Where are you spinning?
Dagenhead. So a few more years for me, but it's so great to be around so many people who have graduated and see like how amazing they're doing today.
So that's incredible. So you're currently in your, just finished your second year.
First
year? Yes. So the end of your first year must have been bizarre.
It was a twist in the tail, as it were. We had a summer show planned, and our systems were ready to go, and then obviously things happened, the world changed, and we did it on my living room.
Yes, everything went online again.
Yeah, so we had like dance classes and singing and acting, everything from Google Hangout in my living room and my bedroom. So family also working from home. I was like, it's my turn to use the shows. Yeah.
And how did you find out? Were you able to watch the same classes?
It was definitely weird. Yeah, it was really weird at first. Like having seen past at 9 AM, I got my sleep maybe, having to say, this morning you're going to hear some screaming from next door. That happened a few times, and a lot of furniture moving for dance classes as well in the living room. But it was strange at first, but after a few weeks, we did it for about 12 weeks in the end. It definitely got into the groove, and it was great. It was still good to be doing something.
Now it's September, start your second year.
Yeah.
What are the plans?
Well, we're just going straight back in next week. We've got 2/3 of our classes in the building and some at home via the Hangout sort of allow space for everyone because obviously we've had as many people in the room at once and marks on and all that business. They've made some changes for that, and that'll be great to see starting next week. I'm very excited.
The building will all be changed. Always systems.
Yes, I've seen the green sofa with a big X over and I have to sit down, so that's my break time out the window. I'm very excited though. Yeah, it's really good to get back.
And tell me about tonight. What was it like to perform?
Oh my, it was so good. It's been so long since I've performed on a stage with a microphone. The tech was a bit weird actually, I'll get back into that. But yeah, it was so exhilarating. Can't find the words. I just had a...
I thought the audience were behind you.
Yeah, it was strange actually. My friend Sarah was in the audience and I think I made her out behind the bars. But it is strange, but I don't know. I just have to forget about it, trying to spot the performance in the way, but it's definitely a bit weird with the face mask on.
The next song I have never heard before, so I hope I say the name of the song right. It's a song called Sabella. Is that correct? Yes. Am I right? Hallelujah. The song is called Sabella from Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Is that correct too? Oh my God, thank you so much. And this is Karen Wilkinson singing that for you, so take it away, Karen.
Smile with a secret inside, and here are two eyes that are bright with a mischievous light.
I hope I answer correctly for you.
Oh, don't you? There's no right or wrong. But anyway, you should be. You're a returning veteran to Roles We'll Never Play, having done it before.
The last thing I did before lockdown started, and the first thing I've done afterwards.
How incredible! And last time you sang, what did you sing last time? You were part of the...
So, because a lot of people had to end up dropping out of the last one, so a couple of us were, all of us were asked, is there anybody that fancies just taking a place? So I sang Freeze Your Brain from Heathers to cover for another artist. It was an interesting experience.
I was going to say, were you nervous or were you just throw yourself in it?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I wanted to do it, definitely. It was very exciting, and thank you to these guys for asking me to do that and then asking me to come back again.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a lot of fun both times. Thoroughly enjoyed it, both doing all the ensemble things, all the harmonies for the artists, and then doing my own thing this time.
And what made you pick the song tonight?
It's a song that I've always really enjoyed.
Okay.
I love the show. The Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder is full of beautiful music, absolutely stunning. But it's just a gorgeous song that I thought, well, I'm never going to play this part, so
there we
what
go.
better place to do it than here?
Let's see. And tell me about how it's been. So you trained at Mountview,
I did, yes.
and this is your graduating year.
It is.
How's it been?
I mean, my time at Mountview was fantastic.
Well, you were part of the new gorgeous building with a
Yes.
pizzeria in the basement.
Well, our 2020 graduating year, we got to experience both buildings. We got to experience Woodbridge and Peckham. But yeah, the studios in Peckham are just stunning. Absolutely wonderful. It was a really great place to study. I loved my time there. It was a shame that it had to end the way that it did, but I wouldn't regret being a part of this year group for the world.
And for you, what did you miss out on anything? Did you get to do your showcase in the end?
No, we did our showcase virtually, albeit, but we got it out there, we got it done, and it was a lot of fun actually. It was really nice to, we had a viewing party one evening. So everybody did their separate showcases in their living rooms, and then when the showcase went out, we all got together on Zoom and watched it all together.
Yeah.
It was really lovely. See, our year group made the best of what we had, and before lockdown began, Mountview did a great job with us, and I loved my time there.
And before that, you trained at Arts Ed as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Go right back.
Yeah, I did the foundation course.
Yeah.
So I love both schools.
Exactly.
Absolutely adore them. But yeah, no, it's been a great couple of years. A great 4 years at training in London. So yeah, I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that I had then and things like this coming up now.
Yeah.
Very grateful.
And did you have anything lined up or coming up that had to be postponed or cancelled?
No, not for me. I think everything that I was doing went virtual. Anyway, so we managed like cabarets and such things. We were still able to do everything that I was supposed to do. But yeah, no, apart from a couple of the last shows at Mountview, aside from that, no, it's been doing a lot of singing over the course of lockdown. It's the only thing that's kept me sane.
Of course, because you did the after hours online version as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
Really nice to, again, virtually, but it was really nice to speak to an MD, to go through all of my songs. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. So just been keeping my time up with as much singing as possible.
So then how was it to be in front of a live audience tonight?
It's a very welcome change from just standing in front of your ring light. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I think absolutely, it's really great to be back in a theatre. Really great to just sound check today was wonderful. Watching everybody perform, it was just wonderful. Like to be back in a theatre, to be back with people, to be back with performers. It's just been great.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
That's Act 2. Let's go.
To finish this half, we have the amazing Bobbie Chambers, who is going to sing Goodbye from Catch Me If You Can. Take it away, Bobbie.
It's my happy ending. Now it's time to say goodnight. We can stop pretending. Tell the spotlight man, turn off my light, 'cause the show is done now. And it's time to leave the stage. Yeah, the good guy won now. And the band has no more songs to play. It's a happy ending, so I'll say.
So, closing the show.
I know.
Well, closing Act 1.
Oh yeah, not quite.
Act 2 is about to go back in.
Responsibility. I was happy. I was like, that means I can get my interval drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy yourself. Let your hair down.
Got my gin and tonic.
Oh, what a way to close it though. I love that song.
Thank you. I've always loved that song. I watched Catch Me If You Can at Arts Ed 2 years before I went there.
Yes.
And honestly, the way to close that whole show, just as soon as like this came up, I was like, well, I've got to sing that song. I've always loved that song. What else would I sing?
And tell me about Arts Ed. So yeah, so you graduating year this year.
Yeah, the 2020
How's that
graduate.
been?
It's been. We've had so much support from everyone, really. It's one of those where everyone is in a weird place right now, no matter if you were in a job, you were auditioning for things, you graduated years ago or you graduated this year. Everyone's in this unknown. So I feel like the support we've received from industry professionals, casting directors, fellow people, fellow performers, it's just been so welcoming, and we've had so many opportunities. Like this has popped up because of what's happened. So we probably would have never been able to do something like this without it. So I feel like there's been loads of like cons, But I mean, the little gems come through,
Yeah.
and they make you remember why you love doing it and why you've waited, 4 months singing in your bedroom with, just to your camera or your mum while you're in isolation. You're like, this is why I do it. I want to perform to people in masks.
And how was that? Could you tell they were in the face?
It's because normally you get the odd, some people watch things and they're very like, yes, I'm watching. But some people give you a smile and you're like, oh nice. You can't see anything. You just see eyes in the darkness, and you're just like, I'm just going to pretend you're all having a great time. I don't care what you think. You're all loving, laughing your way through this song. Kind of gets you through.
How could I? Because you've got quite a good agent now into talent.
Yeah.
They are incredible agents.
Amazing.
Stunning. Well done, you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, you can tell why.
Thanks.
You're incredible, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you must be excited.
I'm so excited, and they have been amazing. My agent Brooke Kinsella.
Yeah.
She has just been, whenever I've wanted to text her, I've kind of spoken to her every week, every other week, and we've kept in contact, and I've never felt any doubt. And I feel like that's the thing, is I haven't need to phone her up with a wobble or anything, because there's never been a moment. If ever I thought something, she'll drop in a text or stuff like that. So we've always been in contact, and I feel very ready for when things start to go forward. They will be, all of the team, internal team will be there, just like
they are incredible team.
Yeah, very happy.
Very safe hands.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy, very lucky.
And what do you want to do when hopefully once everything goes back to normal? Are there shows out there that you've got your eye on?
There's always been a couple shows that one of the shows that I've always been so passionate about is Fun Home. So I saw it on Broadway a couple years ago. We went to Broadway with a school trip. I was at Art Sixth Form. So we went to see The Colour Purple and Fun Home out there, and they were both amazing. But Fun Home is something that, following the life of the three Alisons, and it's always something that I've been so connected to, being in the LGBTQ community, and saw it again at the Young Vic. I saw it on Pride. I was there, I went fully kitted out. I had flags on my face, I was in a skirt that was all rainbow, and it was literally the only person in the audience in Pride gear. I was like, is anyone aware of this show and what's going on today in the streets? Yeah, that show, I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, they were planning to transfer, and then something happened and they couldn't.
Yeah.
So it might come back. You never know.
Never know.
And now you're fresh.
I'd love it to.
Yeah, get in there.
But
get
so
Brooke on the case.
That one's always been a kind of connected love of mine. There's obviously so many shows that are just incredible, but that one's always hit home, I think.
And tell me about the end of your year. Did you manage to get your showcase done? How did it all finish up?
Our principal, Chris Hocking, he said before we went, our showcase was basically the week of lockdown started, and he came in and we were about to do a show. All of the shows that night in the West End had closed. It was a Tuesday night, and we went in and he was like, so we are the last show standing in London. And we had 3 agents come and watch our showcase. It was in our big theatre, so it seats 100 odd. And we just had 3 people, and all of our heads of staff came to watch, and they were like, do it for you, with everything going on, who knows when you'll be back on a stage, and just perform with your friends. This is the last thing you do. And it was just so much fun, and we just performed to our heads of the year, and they were just cheering the whole way through. It was crazy. We're still so lucky to get our showcase done, so lucky. And all 4 shows we got done, so we kind of finished all of our showcase material really, which was lucky.
Well done for tonight, honestly. It was sensational.
Thank you. Had the best time. Want to be back on a stage again soon. It makes you be like, right, I need to do it again now tomorrow, but I'll be back in my room tomorrow.
To kick off the second half, we have Astrid Harris, who is going to be singing You'll Be Back from Hamilton.
The price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, you're my man.
Wow, what a rendition!
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, how good was that?
Thank you so much.
What made you pick that?
well, I've never seen Hamilton, but I watched it during lockdown.
Oh,
and
God.
I was like, yes, like the whole way through.
Like
I was
7
just
million of
watching it,
us.
and I was just like, yes, this is incredible. I want to be Jonathan Groff. So I thought this is the time to become him.
I've been doing the same. I've been watching reruns of Glee
Yeah.
and Frozen, and I'm just obsessed with him.
He's incredible, and I love it when he spits.
I know.
Tried to add some, didn't quite have it in me, but
Yeah, you need to work on that. Work on the spit.
maybe for next time.
Well done. That was quite departure because I remember meeting you when you did After Hours at the Piano Works.
Yes.
And back then you were singing The Colour Purple. I'm here.
Yeah, I was.
Quite legit. And yet tonight you've shown your comic side.
Yeah, definitely. I think my comic side is probably my better side. I know. No, because I can just shake it a bit, and people
Yeah.
think I'm being serious, because maybe I am. Maybe that's my sexy side, and people are just laughing. Oh dear.
And how was it to be in front of a live audience again?
Oh, really good. Really
Yeah.
good. Bit weird.
Yeah.
But you can't see too much in there. The lights
Is that
very
worse
bright,
or bad,
so-
or?
No, I quite like that.
Yeah.
I see like 2 people on the front row, and that's it. Just imagine they're in my front room and I'm giving it to them. So yeah, it's good.
And you've got someone in there tonight, haven't you?
Yeah,
Watching.
Yeah, I do.
Do you think they enjoyed it?
Yes, I hope so.
Well.
At home, hopefully they enjoyed it as well.
You'll find out. So tell me about your background and when you graduated and how you've trained.
Oh, I've been out for a little while. So I was at
Yeah.
GSA for a year, and I've been out since 2015.
Yeah.
I've done a few ships since then. I did a concert with Natalie Weiss as well. It was a duet with her, so that was really good fun and things like that. I'm a singer. I like doing concerts and I like doing kind of one night only things. They're really.
So when you saw this coming up, was this like, I want to do this
It was
one?
really weird. I just watched Hamilton and I was like, I wonder if there's maybe a karaoke track.
Yeah.
To that in a different key. Singing it in my kitchen. I was like, you know what? If anything comes up where I have to sing something, I want to sing this song.
Yeah.
And then literally post it and I was like, you know what? There we go. There it is. So yeah, very exciting. Yeah.
Well, well done for tonight, honestly.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant work.
Thank you.
This is Henrique, and we finally got there, and his name is Henrique, and he's going to sing Maybe This Time from Cabaret. Smash it, Henrique!
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away.
Tell me, how was that?
Oh, still shaking a little bit, but it
Oh,
was
yeah.
great, yeah.
So you sang a little cabaret number, cabaret at cabaret.
Yeah.
What made you choose that?
I just think it's been the song that I knew, like, which was a good thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, you always want to be 2,000% ready for it. So it was a song that I already knew, and I love the story, the whole, like, and the character is just so beautiful as well with everything that she goes through. So it was just like, and I found a key that I could sing in. So I was like, yeah, that's gonna be it.
Well, now it's so like during lockdown, a lot of people that haven't been singing. How have you kept it up? How have you?
Yeah, so I've been doing some lessons on and off via Zoom, so
Yeah.
that was the easiest way. Still not perfect, of course, but it's just like it keeps you active.
Yeah.
And also, I've been doing lessons within a school called West NMT, which is everything like through the Zoom. So like everything on Facebook, live Facebook, and all of that. So which was really great as well, just to keep active.
And then how was it to step in front of a live, actual audience?
Oh, I'm still shaking a little bit, so it was great. It's just, I think the nerves means you still care about it. So I'm happy.
Exactly. And tell me a little bit about your background. So you're slightly older than some of the guys here today.
Yes, much older.
Slightly.
So I'm 12 years old. I'm 29 years old.
Yeah.
I was born in Brazil, born and raised in Brazil. Graduated back home as well. Moved to New York for a couple of years. Lived in New York, studying here and there as well. Got to a point I couldn't do anything else. I was like, well, London it is. I know that like the West End is huge as well, and it's a place that I like. I've always wanted to. I've never been here before. I was like, New York or Brazil. Like, I was in New York and I was like, do I go back to Brazil or do I go chase my dreams? And I was like, yeah, no, straight to London. I've never been here before. I didn't know anyone. It was just like crazy, throwing myself.
Yeah. And what a time to do it.
Yeah. Well, I've been here now for 4 years.
Right.
So it's like.
But you must still have friends at home and in New York.
Yeah. So my sister's still there in New York, and she moved there a couple of months after me. My other sister lives in Amsterdam, so like all of my friends are all over the world now, and some friends in Brazil. Some are moving out, so still.
Yeah. And what do you think's next for you? What do you hope to achieve while you're here in London?
I think like the big dream is just to be in a West End show. And it's just like oh, I got there and then stay there, because that's another thing as well, isn't it? Like you get there and there's like, well, you have to keep working really hard to maintain your status and continue staying in a West End show. And
of all the shows that are on at the moment, or were on before lockdown, what do you have your eye on?
But I'd love to be in Dear Evan Hansen, of course, because it's so beautiful. But I think I'm too old for it now. Everyone's really young on it. I was like, oh. When Ben Platt was in, I was like, oh, maybe I do have a chance. I was like, oh no, they're all 19.
Well, apparently he's coming back to do the movie, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So maybe they might let some older people do it.
I mean, please me. What else? Oh, so many good shows. 6, which is I would never be able to be on it, but it's just I've seen it like 3 times. So
I think we've got one of them coming up tonight at Song for 6, so that should be good.
Kyle singing Heart of Stone.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Amazing. Well, lovely to meet you.
So good to
well
meet
done
you.
for tonight. It's been brilliant.
Thank you.
The next person we have is Michael Bowie, who is going to sing The Man That Got Away from A Star Is Born. Take it away, Michael.
The stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder, and suddenly you're older.
So here we are again.
Yes, we are.
I've interviewed you here in the Union, and now you're back.
Yeah.
You're like a veteran.
Oh, just about. I've only done one show, so.
Oh, I saw you working behind the bar.
Oh, and that too.
Nice, you're like part of the family.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, so you are out of the cast tonight. I think, are you the only person that's going to production here? Possibly.
I think so, yeah.
So that was. Tell me, that was Show Tune, wasn't it?
That was Show Tune, yeah.
Which
Good old
was
Jerry Herman.
Yeah, early in the year.
Yeah.
And I interviewed you then, and now you're back.
And now we're here, yeah.
So how's your year been?
It's been alright. I mean, lockdown's put a few spanner in the works. But it's alright. I was waiting to go for a contract in April with Viking Cruises.
Of course you were, yeah.
So I was going to be going as a lead vocalist for that. So hopefully we'll be going on board sometime in the new year.
So did they literally just pull it and you got an email?
Yeah, so all the, obviously all the cruise companies have been affected by it.
Yeah.
And it's such a huge market, so yeah, it's not ideal at the moment, but I'm very lucky and fortunate to be in a position where I am able to go in the future. So, yeah.
And it's basically just paused, so as soon as they're able to resume, they'll hopefully just get you back in.
Yeah, exactly. So, loving life.
So you graduated last year from GSA?
Yes, that's right.
And you must know people that are graduating this year.
I do.
And how's it been for them?
Do you know what? I think they're going to smash it.
Yeah.
The year below me especially were incredibly talented. And I think they've got a lot of support. So the industry is offering them so much support to continue. And there's definitely still hope. I mean, we're having a live performance tonight, so hopefully in a few months we'll be able to get an audience back in as normal. So, yeah.
And how was it to perform tonight?
Really odd, like in a really good way. It's just strange to be in front of a live audience again, but it's wonderful. So it's great that we're able to have that opportunity again, and it really does make me feel really optimistic about what's going to happen.
And tell me about your song choice, that Star Is Born.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Judy Garland, so I just wanted to sing one of her most iconic numbers, because I mean it's a part that I'll never get to play, and the fact that it's not really from a musical as well. So
Amazing. Well done. Enjoy your evening and
I will.
get back behind that bar.
Yeah, I know.
The next performer we have this evening is a very, very good friend of mine from many years ago. She's at Northern. Whoop, whoop, Yorkshire, Yorkshire, yes. And her name is Terelle Kay, and she's going to be singing Herod's song from Jesus Christ Superstar. She's got a fantastic jazzy pink blazer on, which is classic Terelle Kay. Shout out to Eleni Baby and Daryl watching at home. Smash it, Terelle Kay. Have a good one.
Jesus, I am overjoyed to meet you face to face. You've been getting quite a name all around the place. Healing cripples, cute trick, raising from the dead. And now I understand your God. Well, at least that's what you've said.
How was that? A little bit Jesus Christ Superstar?
Yeah, just thought it was a bit of fun.
Yeah. How was it? Being a live audience again?
Yeah, weird.
Was it?
Weird. And even before that, I feel like it's been so long since I've sung just in front of people that's not like in an audition room. So it was like weird to be back on like a stage with live band.
Yeah.
But it was good. Really enjoyed it.
Did
But,
you?
Yeah.
Is Jesus Christ a show that you really kind of resonate with? And
It reminds me of my childhood.
Right.
It was like just with like my theatre group when I was younger,
Yeah.
we took it to Edinburgh Fringe. So
Wow.
I was only like 11.
Yeah.
But and it was watching like all the older ones do it, so it was just a musical that probably I feel like, you know, when you're like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
When you like, so that's why it's a close musical.
And now you
I like
teach,
it.
don't you?
Yeah.
And with Jack P. Shepherd.
Yeah, I do. So, well, that was a few years ago in Manchester.
Yeah, but you're still friends, aren't you? You still keep in touch?
Yeah. So, we were a really close-knit group
Yeah.
of people. So, yeah, we've been on like holiday together and everything, so really good.
Amazing.
Because he went to the same school that we all did. So, yeah.
And how has it been since lockdown for you? Have you been able to keep active and singing, or?
Not at first. Well, at first I was like, I'm going to get fit, I'm going to come out of lockdown with a six-pack. Didn't go quite to plan. But that's what I wanted to do at first. Then I was like, I'm going to be stretching, singing every day. I sorted my rep out. I'll
Good.
sit down.
Tick.
But I ordered a new folder and I'm like, that's me done. That's done now. But then obviously same as ever, because I thought it was going to like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
6 months later.
Exactly.
But yeah, I went to like my first dance class a couple of weeks ago and that was weird. Painful, but weird.
Where was that?
At base.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was nice because when you were in the class, like obviously people kept a distance from each other, which was great. But saying that people should have spatial awareness as dancers anyway. I'm like 3 years of training. But yeah, it was like obviously people kept a distance and there were smaller classes.
Yeah.
But it was nice to feel normal again.
Yeah.
Because it's not felt normal. So it was
Exactly.
nice to like.
And did tonight help to bring back a little bit of that normality?
Yeah, it was nice to just, I mean, not that you could like, obviously there's a few people in the audience like sat like away, but it's still nice for us as performers to be able to perform.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many people are in the audience, and like, I'm sure, well, hope that the audience members would like feel the same about like us. That it's just nice, whether we're social distance, whether there's like 400 in the Palladium or whatever, it's still performing.
Exactly.
So it's good.
Well done for tonight.
Thank you.
Is Sam Austen, who is going to be singing Hopelessly Devoted to You from Greece. So he's going to be giving us his best Sandy.
Guess mine's not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
So this is not your first Roles We'll Never Play.
No, I did backing vocals last time.
Yeah, and now you're front centre stage.
I know, leveled up.
But how's it been like to be invited back? And
Oh, it's good. It's good to know everyone and know the team and be able to, you know, talk to Flynn, you know, the MD, and be able to sort it out. Yeah.
And tell me about your song choice. So that little, do you relate to the character? Would you say?
Well, no. Well, I think my goal was to go as far away as possible from the role that I could play. So blonde woman is completely not me. So I thought it sounded nice.
You sounded incredible. Honestly. So you're a Trinity boy, aren't you?
Yes.
And are you in second year now?
Yeah, I'm going into third year.
Wow.
In 2 weeks' time. Yeah.
So talk us back. So back in March, April time, when you were finishing off your what happened? Like,
well, so we were doing our second year showcase at the time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the whole Corona storm happened.
Yeah.
And all this kind of like, we're going to get shut, we're not, you know. And I was ill at the time, so there you go. And so yeah, we're in showcase and we're doing rehearsals, and they were just like, yeah, we're not actually going to do the show anymore. So we just came in on a Monday, and they were like, yeah, this is your last day, do it, give it your best. But I wasn't there because I was ill, so I missed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how's it all shaping up to go back? And
well, so we are going back in 2 weeks, so the 7th.
Yep.
And it's going to be kind of half online, half offline. So like dancing, we're in smaller groups, so we can all social distance in the studio and everything.
Yep.
And then talks and lecture lessons we can do on Zoom, so we can do that from home. It's all going to be a bit strange, but yeah.
And are you a bit daunted about it? Are you excited? How did it feel?
I'm excited to get back because it's been so long now.
Yeah.
That it's just like, got to get going again. Yeah.
Exactly. And you had a couple of guns. So you did Dr. Zhivago?
Yes.
Yeah. And were you supposed to be going on to the Secret Garden?
No, that was the year above us.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Well done for tonight.
Thank you.
Incredible work, and we'll probably see you again.
Yeah.
Seem like you're a veteran.
I know. I'm here all the time.
The next person we have is Jolie Barber, who is going to be singing Me and the Sky from Come From Away.
My parents must have thought they had a crazy kid, 'cause I was one of those kids who always knew what I wanted. They took me down to the airport to see all the planes departing, watching them fly. Something inside of me was starting. I was 8 when I told them that I'd be a pilot.
So, Miss Jolie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You sounded incredible there.
Was it alright?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Although Roles Will Never Play, I could see you playing that.
I know, well I kind of twisted it a bit. I was like, well I'm not
'Cause you're too young.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the accent would go, but yeah, I know. Well, I wanted to sing a few other songs, but people had already taken them, so I was like, okay, let's just go for a song I want to sing, and I'll just twist it to be a role I'll never play.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah,
Why not?
it's a great song.
Isn't it just?
So, yeah.
So you're not quite newly emerging. You graduated in 2018 from PPA.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
The emerging talent.
Ish, yeah. I've done a few little bits, which has been great. So, and then lockdown came, and then I know Tom obviously because I did graphical with him.
Yes.
So I was like, hello.
So this was at the Other Palace when you first, and then you did the soundtrack as well on the CD.
Yeah, that was my first little job, which was great. So that's got a little special place in my heart. Yeah.
It's such a great. So were you booked to come back for the concert version?
Yes. Yeah, I was.
Wow.
But hopefully,
it'll be rescheduled.
So yeah.
But that must have been such a disappointment, as well as everything else that was going on.
Yeah, I think because things are, I really thought 2020 was going to be my year. I know everyone says that, but I was convinced it was going to be my year.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, at least I've got the graphical concert, we'll all be back together, and they're doing amazing things with it. And then it just sort of got cancelled. It was like, because in March I was like, oh, we'll be back by June, and then we weren't. So. But yeah, it'll come back. It will. I know it will.
And you're friends with Alisha?
Yes, she was my day one PPA, tap streaming, me and Alisha,
hot mess, and that's where we became friends. So,
So has it been quite nice to have each other here for this tonight?
yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, I think we started it together, and then we were like, I feel like we're back in college, like doing our makeup upstairs and everything. So yeah, she's great.
And what was it like to be in front of an audience again?
Really nice. I was nervous, but actually I really, really missed it. It was so nice. It's quite nice being empty, so you don't really know who's watching. Like, it's fine.
You can't see them.
No, literally just like some eyes, like in every few seats. But yeah, I was watching Alisha and the other guy before me, and I was like, it's so nice to just hear music theatre and hear people singing. I really missed it. So yeah.
Well, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The next person we have is Kara-Lianne Jones, and she's going to be singing I'll Be Here from The Wild Party. Put your hands together for Kara.
When you cry, I will hold you. When you fall, shed no tear. When you lose your light in the naked night, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Kara-Lianne Jones.
Yes, hello.
I know your big brother.
Do
you get this all the time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
He is a very talented man.
He is.
And it obviously runs in the family.
hope so, fingers crossed. Got a sister as well, so yeah.
And is she coming into the arts as well?
So she's older, she's in Mamma Mia at the moment.
Oh! Wow.
Yeah, so
God. How did your parents cope?
I don't know, not sure they did, if I'm honest. But no, they're very supportive. They're great.
So you trained at Conti?
Yes, I did.
How was that?
I loved it at Conti.
And you graduated last year?
I did, yes.
So you're a year out and you've done a few jobs. You did Cinderella, didn't you?
I did.
And you were Cinderella?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Wow.
It was so much fun. I loved it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, Conti was great, and yeah, it was mad that it's been a year.
Yeah.
That's like the weird thing.
You've just kind of escaped it. So a lot of people here are graduating into this kind of weirdness, and you've just kind of missed out.
Yeah. I think it's like they've got it. I mean, I don't know how they've coped. Like the stress of third year anyway.
Yeah.
And then the stress of third year where you've been cut short. So no, I was very, very lucky that I was in the graduating year that I was, yeah.
But then how was it for you? Did you have things coming up that had to be postponed?
I didn't personally, no, I don't think so. No, I didn't personally. But I think it was just a weird one because I'd just come out of Panto, my Panto finished in January, and then like February, March, I was like, okay, ready to audition, get back into things, and then it was like February was going well, and then March suddenly came, and it was like, well, this isn't going to be happening for a while. So yeah, it was still a weird one in the sense of like, even though I've been out a year, it doesn't quite feel like it.
And how have you kept busy? Have you been singing?
Yes, I've been like doing online sort of. I do online dance classes and stuff. Been singing. I'm trying to think what else I've done anything.
So was it nice to be back in front of a live audience?
Definitely.
Were you nervous?
I was. Oh my god, yeah. Like stomach's like ooh. But it's kind of nice in such a small theatre because you can see people but you also can't, and there's like a nice vibe, it's friendly, which when you're in like a huge one it's like, oh my god, it's me on a stage. So it's nice that people are so close because you don't feel alone, which is really nice, especially about the unions.
And you must be excited about Frozen coming up.
Yes.
How proud are your parents?
Really proud, and it's actually opening night on my mum's birthday.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty perfect.
So do you think you'll all be able to get a chance to go?
Hopefully, Justin Lee get some tickets. No, hopefully, yeah. It'd be nice to go to like press night or something.
Yeah, exactly. Get a word. Amazing. Well done for tonight.
Thank you so much.
The next person we have is Samuel Ashall, who will be singing Lying There from Edges.
look at you lying there, sleeping so soundly. Sometimes I wish I could sleep as well as you.
So how are you? How was that
good.
for you?
So much fun. It's amazing to just be back on a stage and
you graduated this year at Mount View.
Yeah, so we were in final rehearsals for our final show of The Fix, and then just one day, it was an email actually one morning, and it was like, don't come to Mount View. It was all.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
And then everyone got moved online.
Yeah. So that show was actually cancelled, and then our industry showcase turned into like we got a couple of songs.
Of course, because did you film?
Yeah, literally in my living room.
Yeah,
that was my showcase filmed in my living room.
And I chatted to Liam Gartner, who was in your year.
Oh, yeah, I'm at Mount View. I was at Mount View.
But you've done work with him, have you?
Yeah. I knew him from before and the Grad Fringe Fest.
Yeah.
So it was lovely.
So that was a great initiative for you to be involved in.
Yeah, we're so lucky that someone had that.
And do you think it really helped?
Yeah, definitely. Like so much exposure, and even just because we were all in lockdown, the social interaction we would get with the other colleges mixing when we started auditioning professionally, like we didn't get any of that, but because of the opportunities we got online, we got to meet people from the other colleges, which is amazing. Yeah.
And so was your grad piece The Fix?
It was going to be. So we did Guys and Dolls and Assassins, and then our final show was going to be The Fix, directed by Michael Strazen.
Yeah, who did The Fix here.
Yeah. What, the full circle? Yeah. Wow. So we were like 4 weeks into rehearsals, and I was so excited. I was going to be the dance, I was the dance captain. Yeah. So really dancey piece, but maybe one day.
And what was it like to perform tonight?
Amazing. Just to be back on the stage. I was very. I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous before because I've been so out of practice. I'm so used to singing in front of my phone or just in my living room. But amazing. As soon as I got on there, I was like, feels so nice to be back. Yeah.
And do you know anybody else who was performing tonight?
Yeah, so I've met quite a lot today, but you know people through obviously the Grad Fringe Fest, people you've met, and then there's two other girls from my year at Mount View who are Karen and Fallon. So but it's just been amazing to meet so many new people.
Are you worried about the rest of the year and how it's going to pan out, or are you just embracing it? Because you've got an agent.
Yeah. So I'm signed, dead lucky. In some ways I look at it because maybe it could have worked out better, because you never know what would have happened in the rest of the year, but maybe the lockdown, I believe, as corny as it is, that was the way my training was supposed to end. And it's a bit more exciting. We've got opportunities like this coming up, and there's industry slowly moving forward. But I don't know, just see how it pans out. I mean, some days I'm really positive, some days it's not so positive. But it's been amazing to just get back on the stage and sing.
Well done.
There's so many amazing people.
Well done.
Brilliant, thank you.
The next person we have is Courtney Dignan, who is going to be singing Raven from Brooklyn. Put your hands together for Courtney.
Goliath was a giant, tough and mean. David was a sweetheart, squeaky clean. But it still takes two to tell that story.
So you sang Raven from Brooklyn, which is beautiful. Because I saw it recently in Greenwich.
Oh yeah, it was they did like a revival show. Yeah. I never got a chance to see it, but I saw clips of it on YouTube, and it was phenomenal.
So what made you choose that song?
It was my showcase song.
Oh,
so
nice.
3 years ago, I picked it out of a bad bunch of songs, and it was just at that time it's how I felt, and it was the best song for me. So
you've been graduated 3 years now?
Just over 3 years now.
And how's it been?
A roller coaster.
Yeah.
Done a few amateur stuff, and then I did Panto 2 years ago in Scotland, and it was the best experience.
Was that at Ayr?
Yeah.
Because I'm from Ayr. I was originally born there, but like my accent's gone.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it at the Gateway Theatre.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was the best, and that theatre is beautiful.
Yeah.
Had the best time. Best Christmas ever. So good. I'm so sad that Franto's not going to head.
Yeah, that must be such a shame.
Yeah, it's so sad. But that literally was the highlight of my career. Hardest thing you'll ever do is Panto, but the most rewarding. I loved it.
And did you have any work coming up that had to be cancelled?
No, but like loads of auditions that were in the pipeline that I had, and then they were just cancelled like that, and I was just like, oh, great. Which would have been great because a lot of the stuff that was coming up was all shows.
Right.
So it was like a lot of auditions for shows, and I was just sad times.
Yeah.
But we will not fail, we'll come back with a bang.
Exactly. And we're back tonight. So you're part of the first show back at the Union since March in front of a socially distanced audience.
And
How
everyone
does
at
it
home.
feel?
I feel amazing. At first, like I've had the cold for the last 3 days.
Right.
And I've been so nervous. I was like, oh my god, is my voice going to be okay? Because this is a big song and it's an important song to me and to a lot of people. And this is a really big show for people, like especially some new graduates as well. But to be part of something like this is amazing. Don't know how I feel. I felt like crying when I came upstairs. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to cry. And I don't know why, but it was worth it.
And how's it been coming in today and working with everybody?
Amazing, like meeting people who are just coming into the industry and giving them like my feedback of how I felt and how my journey's been so far.
Yeah.
It's not been like, oh, straight into work or anything like that. It's hard. But getting to meet everybody from different walks of life. I think I'm the only Scottish person, to be honest. So like everybody's just copying what I'm saying. But it is, everybody's lovely. And before we came down, we had an unprompted session of Seasons of Love, which everybody missed. So everybody was just singing along, getting the vibes for tonight.
Wow.
But it's been special so far. So can't wait to watch it back. So excited.
Well done. Congratulations.
The next person we have up is Alfie Perry, who is going to be singing a yes, give him a shout. Woo! Who is going to be singing a song from Waitress. It's a beautiful song, and it's She Used to Be Mine.
It's not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me. These shoes and this apron, this place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them.
Hello.
Hello.
I was going to ask how's it been, but you've been performing recently, haven't you?
I've got a performance coming up on Sunday.
Oh, is it coming up? I thought you'd done it already.
On Sunday.
So you've been rehearsing it. So tell me about this. So this is.
It's been a bit crazy actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, Zoom rehearsals aren't the best thing.
Yeah. So this is One Enchanted Evening.
Yeah. So the Glastonbury Abbey.
Yeah.
Obviously, with direction from Andrew Wright,
Yep.
with input from Cameron McIntosh.
As you do.
I know. Very big deal for me.
So did he pop up on the Zoom chat?
No. Can you imagine? Andrew Wright was there, which is daunting enough.
Yeah.
No, luckily Cameron Mack wasn't there. But
Wow.
no, it's funny because obviously you can't sing as an ensemble together on a Zoom rehearsal.
No.
So I'd be there and I'd have to sing my whole harmony on my own with no backing as a solo in front of like everyone else, and it's like the most daunting experience I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So tonight's a warm-up then for it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Although I'm feeling a bit tired. It's been a wild week, if I'm honest.
Has it?
Yeah, but a very good one. It's nice to be back performing.
And how was it to perform in front of a real audience?
Strange.
Is it?
I mean, I haven't for like 7 months now, so
Yeah.
definitely a wake up call.
Yeah.
Getting back into it. But no, it was really good fun.
Because I remember you sang with Scott Allen at
I
the
did.
Hippodrome.
Yeah,
I was there that night.
Were you?
Yeah.
No way.
Years and years
Yeah,
ago.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's
Scott-
such a good experience.
Yeah, incredible. And that was such a beautiful venue, which is now taken over by Magic Mike's,
I
and
know.
nobody can get in it.
it.
Yeah. So how's lockdown been for you?
It's been fine, yeah. I mean, I've just tried to stay creative.
So
where
you
possible.
trained at London College Music.
Yeah.
And you graduated last year.
I did, yeah.
So you're a year out.
I am.
But it still must be quite Did you have a job on a
cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a cruise contract. And then I got back 7 days before we went into lockdown, so
that was lucky.
Missed everything, thank God.
Yeah, because there were people that got stuck on those ships for months.
Yeah, and I was all the way out in Sydney, so
wow.
Yeah, so it was a lucky escape, I think.
Yeah. And how was the contract for you? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean,
would you do it again?
I think if it was first maybe a big show on one of the bigger ships, I would. But I think the smaller ship life isn't quite for me. So yeah, I'll leave that at that.
So I guess for you, lockdown's come at quite a nice time. You probably needed a rest.
Yeah, although I said to my other castmates from the ship, I was like, we've just been locked up on the ship for 6 months. I don't know if I could do another 6 months. But yeah, especially with my balcony looking over London, it's kind of like the front of the ship. I feel like I'm just on there. But it's been fine.
And tell me about what you sang tonight.
So I sang She Used to Be Mine.
Yeah.
I just loved the song, if I'm honest.
Have you seen the show when it was in town?
Yeah, I saw Lucy and Catherine.
Amazing.
So yeah, very, very good.
Who did you prefer? Lucy might be watching.
Yeah, Lucy. No, honestly, when I've heard the clips of Lucy, because I watched her on her opening night.
Yeah.
So obviously that's going to be nice, but she is outstanding.
Yeah.
And the clips I've heard even since then as well are like phenomenal. So yeah, but I have to say Shoshana Bean's rendition of She Used to Be Mine is my ultimate favourite. That's why I stole some riffs from there.
It was a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's such a lovely song.
I think more you kind of like, every time you hear it, you kind of pick something out.
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, and everyone manages to have their own sort of version of it, which I really like. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's straight off to Glastonbury.
Yeah, I got a 7 a.m. train tomorrow.
Wow.
Which I'm not looking forward to. But I'm telling people I'm headlining Glastonbury, and they're like, it's not even on this year. I'm like, so yeah, milking it a little bit, but it's going to be good. Going to be good.
I'll have an amazing time.
Thank you so much.
And well done for tonight.
Thank you.
The next person we have up is Nic Myers, who is singing a song from Merrily We Roll. Can't get my R's out. Merrily We Roll Along. Nic, you are very brave because there's so many words in this one. Sorry, I'm not going to jinx you. This is Franklin Shepherd Inc. Nic, you got this. Have a good one.
Now, our studio audience would like to know how you two work together.
Oh, can I take this one?
Sure.
Okay, how we work together. He goes, and I go, and soon we're humming along, and that's called writing a song. Then he goes, so I go, and the phone goes bring, and he goes mutter 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 yes Jerome, mutter no Jerome, mutter 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 that's his lawyer Jerome, mutter 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 do it Jerome, click sorry Charlie.
How are you?
Who am I or how am I?
How are you? Who are you?
Who are you? I'm a girl who just really messed up the song, but we went. Oh,
well, I know you took a moment afterwards. You didn't mess it up.
I got so I skipped about 2 pages, but it's fine.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice it 2 pages.
I just kind of finished because I don't know where me and the band were, and I finished, and then they kind of just looked at each other and we were like, we have to stop now. So they were like.
And what was that? Do you think that was just nerves or just like?
It was just a series of just like the most words in a song ever, and just mind blank, and it's one of those songs where you can't like use the last verse, or like because there's no structure. It's just word. So I was like, I don't have any words left. I've forgotten them all.
It happens.
Speak English.
Exactly. But what a night! And obviously you've got friends here, fellow artists.
Yeah. My girlfriend actually, Bobbie.
And it was like quite nice, special to be able to come and do it together.
Yeah, I think
have that support.
People think we actively do everything together, but we don't. We just apply for some of the same stuff, and then we just coincidentally happen to do a lot of stuff together. But yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
And tell me how. I've spoken to them about their experiences of graduating in this. How was it for you?
I've had a really good lockdown.
Yeah.
So me and Bobs were together. It's very wholesome. There was a lot of food. There was a lot of walking.
Like it.
There was a lot of arts and crafts.
Really? What's he been making?
Oh well, we've done painting. We've redone the garden. We've done woodwork. We kitted out our new flat. Yeah, because Bobbie makes stuff out of wood. And yeah, it's just been very craftsy. But yeah, we had 5 weeks of Zoom classes, which were really fun actually. I think they worked really well.
Yeah.
We had a lot, so it almost made up the time that we would be in school anyway. So yeah, they were really productive, and it was good.
Nice.
Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby.
And were you singing? Like, do you sing at home together? Do you do duets in the kitchen?
Yeah, embarrassingly, we have got a few up on Instagram. Because we what we do, sing a duet, mostly for our mums.
Yeah. And were they all tuning in tonight?
Our mums?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
You hope so?
Yeah,
but
they were.
Good job if they didn't.
They were. So my mum told me it was a masterclass in covering up mistakes. So I was like, thanks, Mum. Yeah, so that was that. I've had a tequila now anyway. So
exactly. Well done.
Goosey.
No, well done, honestly. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
The next person we have up is Ciaran McCormack, who is going to be singing, Love Will Find Me Again from Bandstand. Have a good one.
Once upon a time, I would wake beside a man who would make me feel like nothing could take him from me. Once I thought forever was real. I thought my life was ideal. I thought that nothing could steal it, you see.
Well, what made you choose that?
Well, I actually watched Bandstand over lockdown when it was streamed on Playbill.
Nice.
And then I was thinking, what can I say? And obviously, like, more obvious choices were coming to mind. And then somebody suggested something from Bandstand. I was like, oh, I listen to this song all the time, so that's a solid choice.
You want to grab your drink? I think you need it.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Have a drink.
Oh.
Well done.
Okay. We're back. Okay, we're ready.
Good to go. So talk to me. So you have graduated this year.
Yes.
That must be weird.
It is weird, but I think for me it's more about I've been taking comfort, especially today, taking comfort in the fact that there's so many people in the same position.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that for me has really helped not stress myself out.
Yeah. So you were at Trinity?
I was, yes.
And before that you did National Youth Choir?
I done National Youth Musical Theatre last year. Yeah, I was Brett Craig in Parade at the Other Palace, which was so much fun.
Was it?
Yes, it was so much fun. I think 100% one of the best theatre experiences I've ever had. So good.
And then, so tell me, so back in March and April, how did you get to do your showcase? Did you get to do your final show? How did it all happen?
Our showcase was cancelled the week before. And we all just went home, which was so weird. One day we were in rehearsing the opening number, and the next day we were going home. And then we were supposed to do our final shows in May, which obviously were cancelled as well. And I was supposed to play Ren and Footloose in that. So that was difficult not to, but it is what it is. So luckily enough, we had a show in December. We done City of Angels, but then everything after that was cancelled. So.
Because Footloose was supposed to be going on tour, and that got cancelled as well. You never know. It might come back round, and you might get to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
On tour.
I've got it on my Spotlight CV anyway, so it's there for everyone to see.
So you managed to get an agent, and you're with Keddy Scott, so
I am.
They're a brilliant agent.
Yeah, really great. I think that's one of the things I'm most grateful for at Trinity. We had agent auditions since January. So even though everything kind of got messed up from March onwards, a lot of us were already auditioning for agents, had offers. So luckily enough then I had a meeting with my agent Dickie over lockdown and signed, and it's great.
And how have they been? What advice have they given you and support during this time?
They've actually been really great. I mean, over lockdown, I think I had like 5 different self-tape auditions for different things, which I was a bit shocked at.
Yeah.
Kind of thought, I'll not hear from them for a while, but had like 5 different auditions, and yeah, they've been really supportive. Just keeping us busy, doing self-tape, mock self-tapes. We've all created like lockdown reels for our spotlight. So yeah, it's just about trying to keep busy, I think, is the main thing.
Are you comfortable doing self-tapes, or do you still find it a bit...
I don't actually know of anyone who's overly comfortable with doing self-tapes. That first one was definitely, what is it? And I think for me it was just accepting that you'll probably never have the perfect self-tape in your own eyes.
Yeah.
So I found myself, for one of my auditions, I kept redoing it, and it was like 3 hours later, and I remember stopping and thinking, I don't know what I'm redoing, like what is going wrong? So then I just had to start fresh and said to myself, this is going to be the tape, however it turns out, that's when it's being submitted. So I think I personally don't always watch them back. I kind of just, did that go well? Okay, we'll send that off. And then let my agent tell me if it needs redone or not.
And how's it been today in front of a live audience again?
It's been weird looking out and seeing some masks.
Yeah.
But luckily the lights were quite bright, because I think that was one of the big things. It was, obviously I've been keeping busy singing over lockdown and all of that. But it was being in front of an audience again, I kind of thought, don't know how I feel about this. But it was quite bright, so you can't really see anyone. But yeah, I mean, everybody's been so supportive the whole way through the day, so it felt like really comfortable doing it. So
it would be nice to like be in a room with
it's so nice.
creatives.
And again, like everybody who's in, grads this year, previous years, still in training, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So it's been nice just kind of thinking, okay, we're here to sing, that's it, like there's no pressure for anything. So yeah, it's been really lovely.
Amazing. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Go and enjoy your drink.
And the next person we have singing for you this evening, Tanisha Brown, who is going to be singing Kindergarten Boyfriend from Heathers.
There was a boy I met in kindergarten. He was sweet, he said that I was smart. He was good at sports and people liked him. And at nap time once we shared a mat.
Can we just start by saying congratulations?
Thank
Booked
you.
and blessed.
I know, how crazy.
Isn't it?
It happened so quickly, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, so we're talking about
Mental.
Pippin, obviously.
Yes, yeah, Pippin.
And then, so I've been to the theatre, so I saw,
Have you?
yeah,
Fanny
because I went
Stella.
last, and it's stunning. The amount of care that those producers are taking is incredible.
Yeah, I am
So you're in very, very safe hands.
Yes, I can't wait.
But what a show as well.
Honestly, such a beautiful show. Like the music, love it.
So how did this come about for you? Because obviously Stephen Dexter's, how did he
I
find
literally
you?
just got a self-tape come through for Catherine, and I sang one of her songs, and literally the next day they were like, oh, Pippin are gonna offer you, and I was like, what? Like, you didn't have to dance, nothing. It's crazy. I think they got in touch with Chris Hocking to see like if I could dance, and yeah, got it. It's mental.
Congratulations.
Very excited for it. It's
So I
really
mean,
good.
that must be quite, because obviously, so you're an Arts Ed 2020 grad,
Yeah.
as a couple of people here as well.
Yeah.
How was that for you back in April when?
I feel like it all started off so well, and then obviously COVID hit, and I was like, stuff got cancelled, and I was like, oh, this is gonna really suck. But I think it was really good. There's so many online things to like keep me busy, so I didn't get like down in the dumps with it, and just staying very like motivated was good. And then stuff slowly started to creep back in. Got like the odd self-tape through, which is nice just to be like doing something again and like learning, and then stuff like progressed, and then I got this, and I'm like,
And what's it been like singing in front of a live audience? I guess it's a bit of a warm-up for
this was
next
like,
month.
it just shows how long I've been out of it, because that really scared me. I was literally like, shaking. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, just to be like in front of people and like live music again. It's so special. It's really good,
And about your song choice?
And my song choice, I was like out of casting. People always go like opposite gender.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of don't want to. And I love this song in Heathers.
Yeah.
Like, I love Heathers. I think it's just a pretty song, like really nice. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go, see if they like it. And it worked, so yeah. It's really good.
Did it feel weird coming out and seeing people? Could you tell people with masks or?
You can't really see anybody, like, because there's such a strong spotlight on you as well. It looks very dark. You can kind of see like the front row, but not a lot at all. So it wasn't that daunting to like not see any facial expressions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because when I saw Fanny and Stella, I saw an earlier performance, so it was daylight. But I think your shows will be later in the year,
They're
so it's probably going to be darker.
Yeah.
So we might still make out a few faces.
Probably, yeah. It'll be weird to see, like, because normally you can tell, like, you shouldn't really, but you can tell how an audience is reacting so much from like their facial expressions.
Exactly.
Obviously, all you can see is eyes. So
Jed from Fanny and Stella actually said you can still tell.
Yeah. Oh, that's
whether
good
people
then.
make an extra conscious effort.
Really big smile.
Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, I mean, it's such a beautiful show that you'll have no doubt.
I'm very, very excited.
And that cast, so it's a complete range of.
The cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And the people in there that you've seen perform before.
Harry Francis was not Ced Grad as well, so I kind of knew of him. Obviously, Joanna Clifton, I knew her. When I saw that, I was like, ah! But yeah, like I looked at all their spotlight CVs and stuff, and I was just like, wow, like I feel very privileged to be a part of this cast. Yeah, it's mental, but I'm very grateful for it. Yeah.
Well done. I look forward to seeing it.
Yes.
The next performer we have is Fallon Mondlane, who is singing a song from A Christmas Story. I've never heard of this song before. And Fallon, do you want to come up and tell everyone the name of the song, because it's got loads of letters in, and I don't want to come up here and be like, BB, it's got loads of letters, so can you say it?
Of course I can. Red Ryder Carbine Action BB Gun.
That one. Have a good one.
Thank you. Cheers. You don't need a steed to be a cowboy. No, you're not a hero just by galloping off in the sun. What you really need to be a cowboy, fearless, keeping bandits trembling on the run, is a Red Ryder Carbine Action BB gun.
So how are you? How was that for you?
Just the best. I just can't describe it. I had the best time. And I love the song and just to be in front of people.
Yeah, so what made you pick it?
Well, it's a song I've always loved. I don't know why. I found it years ago. And I think I sang it once before, kind of like a wild card thing. And I was like, there's no other time you get to sing it. It's a little boy's song. It's a Christmas song in theory. So I was like, when's a better time to do it? And also not many people have heard about it. So it's good to whip out the bag. It's good fun though.
And so for you, you were part of Mount View's 2020 graduating class.
Yes.
How was that?
It was really crazy. Obviously, everything happened so quickly.
Yeah.
But like, I think now I'm kind of in like the reflective stage where I'm like, what an amazing time, what an amazing experience I had to be able to have basically 3 years there uninterrupted. I think you make you so much more grateful about, and I feel heavily for the next years going in, and I hope their training isn't interrupted in any big way. But yeah, I loved it. Great people. I had the best, such a supportive community, and that's what I think I needed for the last 3 years. So I learned a lot.
And you were training with Karen?
Yes, Karen and Sam as well, who sang earlier. And yeah, they're two of my best friends. So
has it been nice to come and see them again today?
Oh my gosh, the best. I mean, I
live
with
Karen. Straight back to college.
Yeah, so literally. And yeah, we just when we all got in, we were like, oh, this is amazing. And just to have friends here and just to feel like, oh my gosh, we're all together, and to meet different people, from different schools and different backgrounds, amazing to come together tonight. Insane.
And I've got to talk about Noah Thomas.
Yeah.
So he posted a really sweet tweet about how your friendship helped him get through college.
Yeah.
And there was that kind of mutual thing.
Absolutely. No, definitely. And I think you know, with all of the Black Lives Matter movement that's happened, and I think we really came together as, you know, Black people, especially at Mount View, and people in my year group. We have, you know, comparatively a very large group of diverse, you know, people. In comparison, we had about 6, you know, Black BAME, you know, people. So we really came together during that time, and were like, you know, how amazingly lucky we were to have each other to support. Because there is something there about that camaraderie and finding people that are like you. And also, he's just one of my best friends. So I'm just all of the achievements that he's had are just an absolute blessing, and I'm so incredibly proud of him. So.
And are you confident that Mount View have taken up the challenge to make changes and look at?
Definitely, and I think, look, no one's come out of this unscathed. I think there are definitely things that they have taken accountability for, and areas that they know that they need to work on. But I think that there have always been, and then now are really trying to push to do even more, as they rightfully should. And I believe them. I think they're genuinely invested in making that school inclusive, diverse, and you know, a place that future, you know, generations, it's a safe space and a diverse space, which is, you know, all I can hope for. So I think they've done, you know, great work, and they're going to do great things as well.
And obviously, when Noah got that part, not only as an actor of colour, but as a grad, like, did that inspire and encourage you guys?
Oh my gosh! I mean, when we heard the news, it was just before he told us at some point when we were all together, and it was just like unbelievable. And I knew what he was going to say before he said it, so I'm bursting into tears. Like, we're all crying, like, amazing. Like, it was just the most incredible experience. And of course, it was like one of our own, you know, an equal among us has shot to the top of the stars. I mean, his face is on the tube, and you're just like, unbelievable. And you just think, that could be any of us if we you know, work hard and stick with it. But of course, it's amazing to see. So.
And he's so good.
He's insane. I always knew he was going to do amazing things, but you just never know when it's sort of like a mixture of sort of timing, talent, luck, all those things mixed together, and just, you know, so incredible.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much. Well done tonight.
Thanks for chatting to me. Thank you so much for, you know, coming tonight. It's such good fun. And I wish you the best of luck chatting to everyone else. I'm sure everyone's got really interesting stories.
The next performer we have is Lucy Rice, who is going to be singing. You're doing a great job of cleaning that. Is it an antibacterial wipe? I love them. If anyone needs good antibacterial wipes, the lemon ones from Sainsbury's are about £1. Very, very nice. Anyway, sorry, Lucy. Lucy stood here like, can we just go? This is Lucy Rice, and she's going to be singing Words Fail from Dear Evan Hansen.
To make it such a mess. I never thought that it would go this far. So I just stand here, sorry, searching for something to say. Something to say. Words fail. Words fail. There's nothing
So, Edang!
Yeah!
I love that school. I've got a few friends who went there.
Oh, really?
So you just graduated?
Yeah.
So how was that, finishing your year in such a way? Did it impact you? How did it happen?
Not too much, luckily. Like, we got a lot of our stuff done. The only thing it affected was our grad show. But no, we got to film stuff at home and do it that way, so it was all good.
And was that challenging?
No, not too bad for me. I was lucky I've got a space, so I'm fortunate that I had that done. So yeah, it wasn't too bad.
No.
Could have been worse.
Exactly. And you understudied Molly in Goes.
Yeah.
What a role.
Yeah, no. It was good. I really enjoyed doing that, actually, because I kind of want to go down the that kind of route anyway. So it was really fun. I really love doing that.
Exactly. And then how's tonight? So tonight you sang.
I sang Words Fail. Yeah.
Why do you choose that?
I mean, I love a ballad.
Yeah.
It's my go-to kind of thing, the sad ballads. Yeah. Even though I'm not a solid person anyway. But yeah, I mean, Dear Evan Hansen is just, such a good song anyway. And there's Waving Through a Window is a really good song. But I love Words Fail. It's got so many paths to it and so many thought changes that it's really interesting to go through that.
Well, I read that work with Ashley Wallen at the Brits?
Yes.
How was that? So I know him from his work with The Greatest Showman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it was really good. I did the Brit Awards a couple of years ago, last year.
Yeah.
That was a really good experience. That was like the first professional environment for me. So, yeah, that was a
You
really
guys
good
killed
thing.
it.
It was really fun. It was so good.
Incredible show. And tell me, so Max Howard, was he the year above?
He was my year.
Was he?
Yeah, I was good.
You must be so proud of him to get this amazing opportunity.
He's done so well. I was like so proud when I heard about it. Because, you know, like to see your friends doing so well. It's really nice to see. And we kind of discovered the show, Jamie, together.
Right.
Because it was like right at the beginning of when we started college. And I remember like I listened to the music. So I went to see it the day it previewed. And I loved it. It was so good. And I remember him talking about how he was interested in it, and I was like, "You need to see it. It's so good for you." And then found out he was doing it. And
Well,
I was
I heard this. Apparently, he posted a video of him singing the song in his bedroom on Facebook, and then somebody saw that.
Did they? I
and
didn't
brought
know
him
the
in.
story,
Yeah.
to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I heard he was doing it, and I heard it through grapevines, and then I found out officially, and I was like, "Yeah, that's good. He's going to be so good. I can't wait to see it. It's been really
It's a shame it's been delayed because of everything else.
I know. I was so excited, but it'll be worth it. Worth the wait.
The next performer we have is Jacob Fowler, who is amazing, and he's going to sing a song from The Wiz, and this is Home. Have a good one.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been away.
So, Mr. Fowler, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. How was that?
It was good. I messed up my favourite riff, so...
Yeah, you're known for your riffs, though, aren't you?
Am I?
Yeah, I think so. You're getting a bit of a rep for them.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
maybe I'll chuck a few more in
Yeah,
there.
why not? Spice it up. But how was it to perform in front of a live audience again?
I absolutely loved it. Well,
Yeah?
Rolls Will Never Play was the last thing I did before lockdown.
When I was a girl, I had a favorite story of the meadowlark who lived where the rivers wind. Her voice could match the angels in its glory.
But yeah, let's talk about Trinity. So, is that your second year?
I've just finished my second year, so I'm going into
so you're now going back into your third year.
Yeah.
And how do you feel? Are you apprehensive? Are you excited?
Well, I'm in a bit of a different circumstance because I'm not actually going back. I've got something coming up in the next 3 months, which I'm going to do that thing. I can't talk about
Don't talk about it.
Hopefully people will see soon, but I'm not going back for the first term. Back after.
Nice.
Yeah. But I am excited for the prospect of Thursday. Everyone's getting headshots, and I love it. I love seeing everyone's headshots. I sat with my friend Lewis and went through all of his and choosing the best ones. I love it. I honestly love it.
And what about your headshot? How's it looking at the moment?
Well, I'm glad I'm
your
doing...
hair keeps changing,
Well,
so you have to
exactly.
shave it all off.
I'm glad I'm doing this, whatever I'm doing, because I get time to grow my hair back. Because I cut it at the beginning of lockdown.
Yeah.
I did the typical head shave, Corona cut, and now I regret it. But it's growing back a bit. It's literally rock hard at the moment. I never use product, so I put product in for the first time ever. Yeah.
So we've got to talk about Catfish because that is going crazy.
It is. They're doing their concert on the jetty. At
But even before this, so you were part of the concept album, which people are really getting behind. People are loving it.
Well, Willie McKendy, who wrote the book lyrics and the music, and then Joe Purge, who wrote the music as well.
Yeah.
They collaborated. She's got a massive following because she runs the Musical Theatre Appreciation Society. So she's got 50,000 people that she can instantly put up a song and say, here's what do you think? And I know through lockdown she's been writing loads of songs as well, and it is going from strength to strength. And there's talk. I mean, I'm not involved in the talks anymore because I'm not part of it. But I know Willie said there's talk of West End and everything, which is really, really good.
Well, how did it feel for you to be then stepping away from it? You almost originated it.
Yeah, well, I love that song, Love is Love. Like, doing that video that we did, I think last November, I love doing that because it went on like Broadway World, and I was like, this is like the first thing I've ever really done. And it was not my song, but like the song that I sort of lead that was picked to be the song that was going to go on it, and I was like, I loved it. But it does feel weird to not be doing it, but at the same time, I'm doing something else, and you know, like, do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm not doing it because I didn't get picked or something. There's exciting things in the pipeline, but one day I'd love to go back to it if it ever does reach. You know, it was going from strength to strength. So
we're going to talk about your little single that you dropped. How did that all come about?
Which one? The No Warning.
Yeah.
So that was I went to school in Nottingham, and someone who went there called Dino, he was about 8 years above me. We never actually went at the same time. He came to see me in a school show one day, and not to see me, to see the school show. And he messaged me after and said, "Oh, I'm doing some Greatest Showman hits, me and my girlfriend, like, and I need the guy that Zac Efron played. I need someone to sing that." And I said, "Oh, I'll come and do it." And then he broke up with his girlfriend, so that never came about. But I still went around to his house, and we started writing pop music. Well, we did a few covers first, but then we started like working together, and then we went to Los Angeles and recorded No Warning with a producer out there, and it was all very much like, whoa. And then we released it about a year and a third ago now, about 15 months. So it's exciting though. I do like it, and I've now got 4 singles. Yeah. So I release them every like 4 months, but I'm hopefully going to be releasing an EP soon, but not too soon, but in the future.
Do you think that's going to be your path going into recording artists, or will you still come back to musical theatre?
I've always very much been, I will always come back to musical theatre. I've always been quite 50-50, and I still am. Basically, I've always said to anyone that's asked, I'm going to do what just feels right at the time. Like, if I get an amazing opportunity to be a pop singer, I would take it. But if I get the opportunity to be in a West End show or a touring show or anything musical theatre, I'm basically just going to take what I can get because I love both equally. But I do think musical theatre is like my passion at heart. Like, I want to be the Phantom one day. That's my dream.
And Phantom or Raoul?
Phantom. I'd love to be Raoul as well. If Cameron McIntosh is watching, I'd love to be Raoul as well. But Raoul's obviously more my age. But I mean, when I'm older, I'd love to play Phantom. That is the dream role.
The next performer we have is the amazing Katie Ramshaw, who is singing a song from the Hot Mikado called "For He's Gonna Marry Yum Yum." Is that right? I've never heard this song either, so come on, Katie Ramshaw.
Away, don't prosecute your quest from their intentions well expressed. You cannot turn us, you cannot turn us, you cannot turn us, you cannot turn us. For he's gonna marry, he's gonna marry, he's gonna marry, he's gonna marry. Yum yum, yum yum, for he's gonna marry, yum yum.
Am I allowed my drink or should I put
You've
it
just
down?
got enough. Everyone's been drinking.
I mean, let's be
Late night,
honest,
you've done your song, you're alright.
All good.
Because I don't know this show.
What, Hot Mikado?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous. I don't know the show specifically, I just know the cast recording. It's amazing. It's like such a little belter you want to have in your shower, do you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so great.
So as soon as you knew you would take a part of this, was that yep, I've got to do that one?
Oh yeah. The thing is, I was going through different songs, but I just wanted to like have something fresh, isn't it, new? So I heard it, and it was also meant to be my showcase song before it got cancelled, half of it. So I was like, do you know what? It's not all to waste.
So tell me about that then.
Showcase then.
Yeah, and how it felt.
It was what it was. I think everyone's in the same position, so you can't
can't really complain too much. We're all in the same boat at the end of the day.
Which college was this?
Trinity Labour.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did about 2 weeks of rehearsals. So not like some where it was literally like the day before. We were quite lucky we prepared for it. So, but it's fine. It is what it is. You just got to stay positive. I was quite fortunate because I had some interest before.
So let's talk about it. So you signed with Oxford Adams.
Yes. Well,
who are now
collective agents.
That is exciting, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is.
So obviously Simon had been running Oxford Adams for several years now.
Yeah, it's his baby.
Snapped you up.
Yeah.
And now you're part of an amalgamation with 2 other agents.
Yeah.
The opportunities that should come from this
are
going to be. Were you excited when he told you about the merge?
Yeah, it was great. It was hard because obviously you knew how much of like it's his baby, Oxford Adams. But I think there's so many more opportunities. Gives everyone a bit more security, and it's just so exciting during these weird times to have something new happen. It's all exciting.
A bit of a fresh blood.
Yeah, definitely.
And how was it tonight, just singing in front of a live audience again?
Do you know what? I just love it. No, it's just so fabulous. I think I'm getting to the point now, I think we all are, where we're a bit sick of Zoom. So there's been loads of like live stream concerts and stuff like the barn that I've done. But
so you did the Dominic Howell?
Yes, I did. And his music
is
just
gorgeous,
incredible. Yeah, I was so lucky. Yeah, his music is just stunning. So yeah, the song that I did, Shining Star, it was just so nice. He's such a kind guy, and it was such a nice. It was
so
such a
gentle,
nice
isn't
thing
he?
to do. Yeah, because sometimes you get really nervous. Obviously, I'm a graduate. I don't know how everything works.
Yeah.
And it was just such a nice process. The kindest guy you will ever meet. So yeah, I'd love to work with him again. So
what a platform! The Barn Theatre are really smashing.
Really
these
smashing
shows.
it. Yeah, they are.
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
They're really well put together. Really well edited.
Yeah.
And I think that was an incredible lineup to be part of.
Oh, I know. I didn't know what I was a part of. I literally thought, it's going to be me and a couple of graduates. I see all these people from 6 and doing an act, and I'm like, oh, Mum, look at it. It was funny. It was funny because I didn't expect it, but I was just so fortunate. I was so happy. But yeah, really great.
And then I want to ask about No Limits. So this was a showcase. Well, it was supposed to happen in April.
Yeah.
And again at the other palace.
Yes.
And then got delayed.
Yeah.
I mean, was that how did that? Was that a blow or was it? Just...
Do you know what? No Limits was such like a turning point for me.
Yeah.
I think whilst I'm in training, to audition for a show and have like Luke Bayer in the audition room, I was so nervous. Not one part of me thought that I would ever land something like this. And yeah, when I auditioned, I walked out and there was like the notice process, and then getting that email, it was just made my whole training, I think, because it's just that one person to say you're doing great, and that is all you need really, because as performers that is everything to us, and it was such an amazing project. I was so looking forward to it. And
it will happen again. It's been rescheduled.
Yeah. I think it was rescheduled to November. Now it's like June area, but we'll see what happens. I think everyone's just seeing how it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you're here tonight with Luke Bayer Compe.
I know. What are the chances? I know. But it's such a small world. I feel like I've met so many people tonight. It's amazing.
Has it been nice to meet everybody today? And
yeah, I feel like I know everyone on social media.
Yeah.
I love social media. I love finding everyone and listening to their videos. So it was amazing to see everyone in person and be like, oh, we actually do know each other.
Yeah.
We've never met, but we know. But yeah, so it's great.
Well done for today.
Thank you
honestly,
so much.
and enjoy the rest of your evening.
I will do. Thank you so much.
The next performer we have, I actually saw in Once on This Island last year at Southwark Playhouse. Did anyone in here see it? Yes. It was honestly unbelievable. I cried my eyes out. I finished and I was like, flipping heck, I'm overwhelmed, and wow, it was unbelievable. And everyone in it was so young and incredibly talented, and including the next guy who's going to perform for us, Kyle Birch, everybody. Who is going to sing one of my favourite songs. He's singing a song from 6, which we all love, obviously. And this is Heart of Stone. Have a great one, Kyle.
You got a good heart, but I know it changes. A restless tide, untamable. lift me high or let me fall.
So how was that?
Yeah, really good, really exciting.
What a song!
I know. Big challenge.
That show is incredible.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm dying to see it.
That album is on repeat in my house.
Literally. Yeah, that's like the first show I see when I come out.
Yeah.
That's normal.
So how are you doing?
I'm really good. Yeah, not too bad.
Crazy time.
Yeah, I know. It really is. Yeah.
So you graduated
this year.
This year.
Yeah. London College of Music.
Yep.
Bittersweet because obviously we didn't get to do our shows. We were quite lucky. We were like one of the last people to do our showcases, so we can't complain about that. But in terms of shows, yeah, it did get cancelled.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you've been keeping busy. Good opportunities coming up. So as well as tonight. Have you filmed yours for West End Does?
Yes, we filmed it already. Yeah.
Wow. And did you film it in the church?
Yes, I did. I went there.
So this is West End Does, the magic of animation unplugged.
Yeah. Very
which
exciting.
is a brilliant lineup.
I know.
And
Crazy.
you are part of it. How did it feel?
It's an honour to be like, with such big names and incredible, talented people. It's honestly an honour.
But do you feel kind of proud you're flying the flags for?
Yeah, well, I'm really happy and lucky to be flying the flag for 2020 grads.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane. It is really insane.
And how was it there so this was with Alex Parker?
Yes.
And how was it to work with him? And
amazing.
Yeah.
I was aware of him before I knew him as MD, but never actually worked with him. So it was incredible to work with him. He's such a lovely person, talented as well on the piano. So yeah, really good.
And then how's it been today to actually come face to face? Because obviously that's all filmed offline.
Yes.
And it'll be streamed online.
Yeah.
But today you've met an audience.
I know.
And how was that?
It was weird. It's so weird. Do you know, it was okay just now because you can't really see them with the lights and everything. I find that always helps. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was really nice. It's really nice to get back to what we're doing, what we love doing. I think that's the main thing. And to do it in a safe way is even better. Socially distant. Do you know what I mean? So it is incredible. I think we're all very lucky to be able to do this tonight.
And as well, you popped up in Snowflake, didn't you?
Yes, I was. I was
no
mad.
stopping you, is there? Honestly. But again, has it really kind of motivated you to see how everybody is just being so creative?
It really has. Do you know what? I think we're so lucky. I think, speaking of 2020 grads, we've been so lucky. There's so many opportunities that have come through, and I think just applying for them and diving in head first is just the right way to do it. And luckily, things pay off, and you get to do these opportunities. But to do Snowflake was incredible. To actually work on something new, that was really fun. Yeah,
it's a catchy
it is, isn't it?
I'm really excited to see what's going to come of it. It's really good. And of course, you did such a beautiful rendition of Stand By Me.
Yes.
I mean, how was that for you to record?
Do you know what? I think it was one of those things where it felt like it came from the heart. Because of obviously everything that's going on, the Black Lives Matter movement. It was so nice to see people in our industry come together to support and to just speak out and say, "Will you stand by me?" Do you know what I mean? It was special. It was so special. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to watch West End Does.
I know, it's exciting. Tomorrow and the day after, yeah.
The next performer, we've actually sung together before. We sung here, maybe was it last year? November. It was November last year. We sung a song together from Hercules, and she's absolutely amazing. The gorgeous Emily Fryer, and she's going to be singing a Corner of the Sky from Pippin. So, Emily, take it away.
How are you? How was that for you?
Really fun.
It feels so good to like get back into it.
Yeah. So you graduated last year?
Yes, yes.
So you were lucky just to kind of escape.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird, I think it's hard to say lucky or not, because I think everyone's been hit by it. Like whether you graduated 30 years ago, I think it's going to have an effect. This whole lockdown thing. But no, I feel so lucky to have had my graduation, like stuff that 2020 grads haven't really had. So, but it's still opportunities like this. They don't come around that often anyway, so it's amazing to have been part.
Exactly. Tell me about your song choice. What made you pick that?
It was actually, have you watched The Politician with Ben Platt? So, Ben Platt sings it at the end of season 2, no spoilers or anything. And I watched him sing it, and he does it in a bit of a pockier way. So I think when you hear a song sung a bit different, I was like, I could do that. So, all credit to Ben Platt and The Politician, because I forgot how much I love that song, so I love the show.
I was going to say, have you seen the show?
Yeah, well, Erdan did it this year, so I went back and I watched the guys from this year do it.
Nice.
It was incredible. Like, people doing crazy circus tricks, and standing on their head, things I wouldn't even know how to go about doing. So
because you dangers are like out there when it's
it's a good range of skills.
Some incredible dancers.
Amazing.
Incredible work. But how's your year been since graduating then?
I think it's been a weird one, obviously. I think it's always going to be weird graduating from whatever course you've done. I had a lot of fun. Like, I think lockdown made me realise how much I love performing, which maybe I wouldn't have had it not happened. So you'll see the positives and everything. But I've kind of just been trying to keep on top of everything, keep training as much as I can, keep singing as much as I can, but also enjoying it, not just getting stuck in what you have to do. Actually learn again how to enjoy it.
And how have you been keeping busy in lockdown?
Good, watching a lot of Netflix. That's me keeping busy.
Politician series 1, 2.
But I think performing-wise, like the amount of classes that I've started now on Instagram, like got back into doing ballet classes, which I haven't really done since graduating. I thought it was really fun to do. So I was in my kitchen, like with a stool, like doing ballet, which my dad was a bit surprised to see when he went home. But so doing as many classes as you can online and watching Netflix and actually relaxing. I think not everyone takes enough time to actually relax. So we just had a 4-month break. Now we can all start getting back into working hard again.
Amazing. Well, well done for tonight.
The next performer, Lucca Chadwick-Patel, is going to sing I'm Not Afraid of Anything from Songs for a New World. Put your hands together for Lucca.
I know she swims so well, but still she's afraid of water, and so she won't go near the sea. Not me.
How's it going? How was that for you?
Nerve-wracking.
Were you?
It's been a long time. I mean, I get very nervous before, so it was, it's been a while. So it's nice to get back into it.
And what did it feel like to be in front of an audience? Could you tell they were there?
It's quite dark, but it's strange to be back in the theatre, but steps in the right direction, definitely.
So you're still at GSA?
Yeah, but it's my 3rd year.
So how was it the end of your 2nd year for you?
Strange. But I think it was the same for everyone. I mean, we wrote a musical. We started a concept of the show, and we basically, like, our own little baby show came into fruition. And that was great. It was, as much as it was hard and like space issues and all that stuff, we did the best we could with what we had. So it was really fun.
And how do you feel about going back? Is it going to be...
Nervous, again. I mean, 3rd year is a big year, obviously. So we're still waiting on a few bits of info and stuff and when we're going back. So it's all kind of...
What have they said so far? How are they going to...
So at the moment we're working with information as it comes, so kind of distance, like the building's going to be very different to what it was. And we're hoping to do all of our shows in the next calendar year together. So as long as it all works out, it'd be a shame if it didn't. It's the kind of thing you work for, and then for it all to kind of not work out is the best, but
yeah,
it's got to go with what we got. Yeah.
Exactly. Obviously, so Liam Gartland, fellow GSA boy.
I went to college with Liam.
Oh,
yeah.
But you must be so proud of the initiative that he set up.
I met Liam when I was looking around college. He was
Right.
like, hello, did you come around the college? I was like, oh, who's this guy? And he's done so much for so many grads.
Yeah.
And now it's limited, and it's going to carry on creating opportunities for grads. So it's amazing. I'm really proud of him. Yeah.
Really, really good. And you could tell me about Nutcracker at the Albert Hall.
So for GSA, we were literally acting within the ensemble of the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
The Royal Ballet. It was the craziest experience. Just because we do ballet on a Wednesday and a Friday, and then we walk into this ballet school and we're like, oh my god, like legs everywhere. I was like, I can't do that. But yeah, it was a great time. Yeah.
So how did tonight compare to the Albert Hall?
I've been looking up. I sang in choirs when I was younger. So I've been lucky enough to do the Albert Hall a few times. So there's something a bit different about standing in front of an audience on your own. It's kind of been like, this is me. But yeah, that's why we do it. That's why we love it. Yeah.
To finish the show this evening, I'm going to come back and do a tiny little bit of talking afterwards. But the wonderful Georgia Lennon, who is going to sing Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera.
What a night, and you closed it.
I was too late.
You're a bit of a Rolls Will Never Play veteran, aren't you?
Yeah.
Having sang here before, well, at the Turbine.
At the Turbine,
Yeah.
Well, it was the last thing I did before lockdown hit.
And that was the first thing you'd done back?
Yeah.
Full circle.
Like, me and Tom were sat upstairs, we were like, it's just been like one huge circle.
Yeah.
So we're like back at it again. But it's
And
been
tell us
so
about
good.
what did you sing then?
Tonight?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, then.
Last time?
Yeah.
I was in the ensemble for a few
Yep.
numbers and I did Let It Go. Yeah,
Nice.
so something a little bit different tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, what made you pick tonight's song?
I adore Phantom. Phantom is like my favourite thing in the world. And I kind of thought like everyone goes for these sort of like funky contemporary things and my voice really sort of is at home in the legit stuff. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a bash. And for ages I was trying to like figure out what key should we put in because it's got such like an enormous range. And then eventually I was fiddling around with it and I was like, oh, this actually sits quite nice. And I was like, go on, we'll do that. So that's why I settled on doing it.
And tell me about Lane. So you just graduated this year, and you were head girl.
Yeah, I was head girl at Lane, so that was fun. But yeah.
How was it for you though? Did you miss out on anything as a year group?
We missed out on our final show.
Right.
Which is normally a show for all 3 year groups, and it's like a big sort of variety show. And I was supposed to be Mary Poppins and that, and it was really so good and like just such a
Were you going to fly as well?
Probably not fly, but I wish. It's going to be like such a nice way to finish off third year and like really close things off and move on. And it's just so strange. If someone had told me in my first year you won't finish your third year because of a global pandemic, I'd have never ever believed them. But crazy things happen, hey?
Exactly, we ride it out. And you worked with Alice Fenn?
Yeah, at the Palace.
Yeah. How was it to work with her?
She's amazing. She's so amazing.
Yeah.
And to sing for good with her as well. It's just like the ice on the cake, really. Because originally we were going to do something from West Side Story. And then she was like, I can't not sing this with you. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Were you daunted?
What?
Did you feel daunted?
I don't know. I mean, at first, but like when I went to my rehearsal with her, and she was just sat on the piano playing it while I sang it, and I was just a bit like, because Glinda's, I would kill to play Glinda one day, and then when we eventually got to do the Palace and stuff like that, it was just a moment of being like, this is really cool, and it's
Like, it was such a nice evening. And then I got to watch it back over lockdown because it was streamed as well. So I was like, yeah, I get to live it all again.
You need to tell me about Grad Fringe Fest.
Yeah, that was.
How was it?
It was so good, and it just sort of appeared from nowhere. That I remember Liam getting in touch with me and was like, Georgia, like, we need you to be part of everything. And I was like, oh my god, yeah. And then I kind of sat there and thought, why has no one came up with this idea before now? And it just really took off as this huge thing. And I did a play read through of All Over Lovely with a gorgeous cast and an amazing grad director, who's really insightful. And then I did my own live as well, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Just sort of taking my own little show and doing my own little thing with it. So.
Now I saw you back at the Crazy Cards.
Yeah.
You did a bunch of Hamilton.
Doing You'll Never
That was
Walk
a great
Alone.
opportunity, wasn't it?
That was back in my first or second year. Yeah. So.
You seemed so confident even back then.
I feel at home on stage, really, and it's just somewhere that I've always wanted to be, and something I've always wanted to do. So to get up there and just sort of feel the lights on you and stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So.
And is that feeling come back even stronger?
Yeah. Oh my
tonight?
God. Like getting back on a stage with an audience, even with people watching online as well, it's just that moment of hopefully this is the start of things returning to normal.
Yeah.
I've got a few things coming up this weekend as well, like performance-wise, which is really exciting, so it's slowly starting to move on now, which is great. Yeah.
Well done.
And that's all the performances we have for you this evening. Bad times. I could listen to a few more hours at least. That was amazing. Thank you all, audience, for being here with your face masks on for the past 2-3 hours. It's been amazing. I've had a fantastic time, and I'm sure you guys have too. So thank you, audience, first and foremost. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you to everyone watching on the live stream. Thank you so much for your support and for watching this and taking the time. I know it means so much to all of us here, all of us that are trying to get theatre back on its feet, and to all the amazing performers. A lot of them are graduates, and it's such a rubbish time to finish college, but they're making the most of it and they're putting themselves out there, and I'm sure you will all agree they've done a fantastic job tonight. So a massive round of applause for the performers as well, who I'm going to add are all upstairs watching the live stream to support each other, which I think is amazing. So again, another round of applause. Whoop whoop. You're all amazing. Massive shout out to the band, who were amazing on all 26 songs. Amazing. And Flynn, our MD for the evening, who I'm sure has more than 10 fingers. And to Tom, who is the mastermind behind Roles We'll Never Play. And to everyone at the union, the sound, the lights, it's a massive team effort. And to Sasha for allowing us to use this space. And to everyone that's supported this event. So thank you so much. And keep in touch with Roles We'll Never Play on social medias. And if you can, follow all the performers, support them and all they go on to do, because I'm sure they're going to do some amazing, amazing things. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone here. Thank you on the live stream. And we'll see you all soon. Stay safe.